I call this special meeting of the IHL Board to order. Thank you, trustees, for joining virtually today. Bridget, would you please conduct a roll call of the trustees?
Mr. Clark,
Here.
Dr. Cummings,
Present.
Dr. Cunningham,
Here.
Mr. Griffith,
Here.
Mr. Heidelberg,
I'm here.
Ms. Hubbard. Ms. Hubbard, if you answered, I couldn't hear you. I still was unable to hear you. Ms. Lucky,
Here.
Mr. Martin,
Here.
Mr. Ogletree,
Here.
Mr. Parker, Mr. Rader,
Here.
Mr.
Stevenson. We're ready to proceed, Mr. Martin.
Thank you, Bridget. Bridget, would you let the record reflect that Trustee Clark is recusing himself from discussing or voting on items numbers 1 through 3 on the finance agenda? Trustee Clark,
Yes.
You will be placed in the Zoom waiting room while these items are discussed and voted on.
Thank you.
We're ready to proceed.
Dr. Pierce, will you present the finance agenda items? Dr. Pierce?
Seems like they're having trouble with the microphones.
I have a tendency to jinx anybody that does anything with me.
Not true, Bruce.
Hello, does this work?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Unless there's an objection, I suggest we take up items number 1 through 3 as a group.
Does 3 include Soldexo?
It does not, no, sir.
Okay, because I would need to step out on that.
Yes, sir. Item number 3 is a revision to the room rate charges for
Oh, that's right.
25.
That's right. Thank you.
Item number 1 is a request from Jackson State University to enter into a lease agreement with 225 East Capitol Street Hotel, LLC, to lease 115 units at the Walthall Building located on East Capitol Street in Jackson, Mississippi, for the purpose of housing students. The term of the agreement will be for 22 months at a total cost of $3.9 million. The agreement can be terminated due to reduction of funds, breach of the lease by either party, and mutual consent. JSU sought quotes from various hotels in Jackson and preferred the Walthall Building. The agreement will be funded based on residential facility rates charged to students. The start date of the agreement will be on or around July 30, 2024. Item number 2 is a request from Jackson State University to enter into a lease agreement with CW Old LLC to lease 58 units at the Courthouse Building located on East Capitol Street in Jackson, Mississippi, for the purpose of housing students. The term of the agreement will be for 22 months at a total cost of $2 million. The agreement can be terminated due to reduction of funds, breach of the lease by either party, and mutual consent. JSU sought quotes from various hotels and preferred the Courthouse Building. The agreement will also be funded through residential facility charges to students. Together with item 1, the university will have 173 single and double occupancy rooms at a total cost of $5.9 million. The start date of both agreements will be on or around July 30, 2024. Item number 3 is a request from Jackson State University to revise the room rate charges for fiscal year 2025. The board originally approved room rate charges at the May 2024 meeting. The revised room rate charges will be for the Walthall and Courthouse lofts in items number 1 and number 2. These rates are for single and double occupancy rooms with the highest double occupancy rate of $14,000 for fall and spring 10-month and for $16,800 for a 12-month occupancy term. It is requested that the 30-day review period be waived and that these rates be adopted for final approval. Legal staff has reviewed items number 1 and 2 for compliance with applicable law and finds them to be acceptable. Board staff recommends approval of items number 1 through 3.
Is there a motion to approve items 1 through 3 as presented?
So moved, Cunningham.
Is there a second?
Cunningham.
Any discussion? If not, Bridget, would you please conduct a roll call vote?
Dr. Cummings,
Yes.
Dr. Cunningham,
Yes.
Mr. Griffiths. Mr. Griffiths, if you responded, I couldn't hear you.
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Heidelberg,
Yes.
Ms. Hubbard,
Yes.
Ms. Lucky,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. Ogletree,
Yes.
Mr. Rader.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Bridget, would you please readmit Trustee Clark to the meeting?
Thank
He's
you.
been admitted.
Trustee Clark, are you with us?
I am. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, perfect. Thank you. Bridget, let the record reflect that Trustee Ogletree is going to recusing himself from discussing or voting on items 4 and 5 on the finance agenda. Trustee Ogletree, would you will be placed in the Zoom waiting room while these items are discussed and voted on.
We're ready, President Martin.
Great. Dr. Pierce, would you please proceed?
Yes, thank you. Unless there are objections, I recommend that we take up items number 4 and 5 as a group. Item number 4 is a request from Jackson State University to enter into a food service management agreement with Sodexo Magic LLC. Sodexo Magic will operate the campus food service program, including meals and a la carte items for JSU students, faculty, staff, and guests. The term of the agreement is for 10 years with a retroactive start date of July 1, 2024. JSU estimates that the agreement will provide $51.8 million in value to the university over the 10-year period, including $27.7 million in investments and in-kind contributions. The agreement may be terminated by either party with 60 days notice. JSU selected Sodexo Magic through an RFP process in spring 2024. 2 vendors responded to the request. Sodexo Magic offered the highest financial terms and was selected based on university scoring criteria, including cost, service, and experience. Item number 5 is a request from Jackson State University to revise a meal plan rate for the flex dollars as a result of the proposed new amendment agreement with Sodexo Magic in item number 4. The meal plan rates were originally approved at the May 2024 board meeting. The revised rates will decrease flex dollars from $400 to $300 for the platinum meal plan and from $200 to $150 for the gold meal plan. Legal staff has reviewed item number 4 for compliance with applicable law and finds it to be acceptable. Board staff recommends approval of items number 4 and 5.
Thank you, John. Is there a motion to approve items 4 and 5 as presented?
So moved, Cunningham.
Is there a second?
A second.
Any discussion?
My only question, this is Don Clark, being new to the board, is a 10-year contract. I know it's cancelable on 60 days notice, but is that standard with regard to other food contracts at universities?
5 to 10 years is standard, yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
Is there any other discussion? If not, Bridget, would you please conduct a roll call?
One quick clarification. Mr. Griffith, were you the one who seconded that motion?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Clark,
Yes.
Dr. Cummings,
Yes.
Dr. Cunningham,
Yes.
Mr. Griffith,
Yes.
Mr. Heidelberg,
Yes.
Ms. Hubbard,
Yes.
Ms. Lucky,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. Rader.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Bridget, would you please then readmit trustee Ogletree to the meeting?
He's admitted.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Pierce. Is there any other business to discuss? If none, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Bridget, would you please conduct a roll call vote?
Another point of clarification. Who seconded the motion, please?
Heidelberg.
Thank you. Mr. Clark,
Yes.
Dr. Cummings,
Yes.
Dr. Cunningham,
Yes.
Mr. Griffith,
Yes.
Mr. Heidelberg,
Yes.
Ms. Hubbard,
Yes.
Ms. Lucky,
Yes.
Mr. Martin,
Yes.
Mr. Ogletree,
Yes.
Mr. Rader.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Great. Thanks for everyone for participating, and I appreciate everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
You.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.